Kody Brown just dropped the most bizarre relationship confession in Sister Wives history, and fans cannot stop talking about it. The 56-year-old patriarch revealed exactly how he'll know his wife Robyn has finally accepted their monogamous marriage, and trust me, you're not ready for this. According to Kody, the ultimate sign that 47-year-old Robyn is comfortable being his only wife will be when she slaps his behind in public. Yes, you heard that right. A public butt slap is apparently the gold standard for marital acceptance in the Brown household now. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. During the explosive October 19th episode, Kody made an even more shocking admission while cameras rolled during their move to a brand new $2.1 million mansion in Flagstaff, Arizona. He confessed that he and Robyn have transformed from passionate lovers into something far less romantic. His exact words, "They've become battle buddies, not lovers." Let that sink in for a moment. After everything they've been through, after Robyn stood by him while 3 other wives walked away, after she became his last woman standing, their relationship has devolved into a military-style partnership with zero passion. The drama doesn't stop there. Insiders claim the couple's intimacy issues run deeper than anyone imagined. While packing boxes in their new home, Kody attempted what might be the strangest flirtation technique ever captured on reality television. He literally asked Robyn to smell his pheromones, using his body odor as some kind of twisted romantic gesture. The awkwardness was palpable, and Robyn's reaction spoke volumes about where their marriage really stands right now. Sources close to the family reveal that this public confession about their bedroom struggles and emotional disconnect has sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives community. Fans are questioning whether Kody and Robyn's relationship can survive this monogamous transition, or if the pressure of being his only wife is crushing Robyn under expectations she never wanted. Remember, Robyn didn't sign up for traditional marriage. She entered this family believing in plural marriage, believing in sharing Kody with sister wives, believing in a completely different lifestyle. The timing of these revelations couldn't be more explosive. After watching Christine, Janelle, and Meri all leave Kody behind, viewers assumed Robyn would be thriving as the sole Mrs. Brown. Instead, we're watching a woman who looks increasingly miserable, trapped in a monogamous situation she actively tried to avoid her entire adult life. Palace insiders whisper that the cracks in their relationship are widening by the day, and this strange public test Kody created might be his desperate attempt to gauge whether Robyn will ever truly embrace their new reality. But the real question burning in everyone's mind is this: what happens if Robyn never slaps his behind? What happens if she can't give him that public sign of acceptance? And what other bizarre tests is Kody planning? Let's talk about the moment that had viewers literally screaming at their televisions. Picture Kody and Robyn surrounded by moving boxes in their massive new Flagstaff mansion, the kind of fresh start most couples dream about. But instead of romantic gestures or sweet words, Kody decided to lean in close and tell Robyn to smell his pheromones. The cringe factor was off the charts, and social media absolutely erupted. According to what played out on screen, Kody genuinely believed his natural body odor would somehow reignite the spark between them. He wasn't joking around or being playful. This was his legitimate attempt at flirtation while they packed up their lives and prepared to move into a home worth over $2 million. The desperation in his voice was unmistakable, and Robyn's uncomfortable expression told viewers everything they needed to know about how that strategy landed. Industry insiders suggest this bizarre interaction reveals just how disconnected Kody has become from normal romantic behavior. After years of juggling multiple wives and maintaining separate households, he's apparently lost touch with how monogamous couples actually connect. The man who once prided himself on keeping 4 women happy now can't figure out how to romance a single wife without making everyone uncomfortable. But here's where it gets even more revealing. During his confessional interview, Kody admitted the moving process had turned them into battle buddies instead of romantic partners. He spoke about packing boxes, making decisions, and handling logistics like they were running a military operation together. The passion had drained from their relationship, replaced by exhausting tasks and endless stress. Sources close to the production crew claim the chemistry between them felt completely flat during filming, nothing like the spark they once displayed in earlier seasons. Robyn's body language throughout these scenes spoke volumes. She looked exhausted, overwhelmed, and frankly done with the whole situation. This wasn't the confident, glowing woman who once defended Kody against his other wives. This was someone going through the motions, trapped in a life she never wanted, stuck with a husband who thinks pheromones are the answer to their intimacy problems. Reports are surfacing that their intimate life has taken a serious nosedive since becoming monogamous. The stress of 3 divorces, the tragedy of losing Garrison, and the pressure of maintaining their public image has apparently apparently killed whatever romance they had left. Kody's weird pheromone comment wasn't just an isolated moment of awkwardness, it was a symptom of a much bigger problem brewing beneath the surface of their relationship. Friends of the family whisper that Robyn feels more like Kody's therapist and business partner than his wife these days. She's the one picking up the emotional pieces after his other marriages exploded. She's the one defending him to their children. She's the one stuck managing his moods and ego while her own needs get completely ignored. And now she's supposed to find his body odor attractive? The whole situation raises a disturbing question. Is Kody completely oblivious to how relationships actually work? Now let's dive into what Robyn actually said when the cameras captured her most vulnerable moment. Sitting in that new mansion, surrounded by the remnants of her old life packed into cardboard boxes, Robyn broke down completely. Her confession cut straight to the heart of everything wrong with her current situation. She looked directly at the camera and said this was not the life she expected, and not the life she planned for. The pain in her voice was absolutely gut-wrenching. Robyn didn't hold back about her true feelings regarding monogamy. She admitted she always wanted to live plural marriage, that she wanted to live her religion the way she believed it should be practiced. This wasn't some casual preference or minor disappointment. This was a woman mourning the complete destruction of her spiritual identity and the life path she chose decades ago. At 47 years old, she's stuck living a lifestyle that goes against everything she once believed in. Sources close to Robyn reveal she's been struggling with this transition far more than anyone realized. Behind closed doors, she's reportedly dealing with intense emotional turmoil about being Kody's only wife. She married into the Brown family specifically because she wanted sister wives, wanted that community, wanted to share the responsibilities and joys of plural marriage. Now she's alone with a man who smells his armpits and thinks that's foreplay. The irony here is absolutely devastating. For years, Christine, Janelle, and Meri accused Robyn of being Kody's favorite, of monopolizing his time and attention, of wanting him all to herself. Viewers watched those accusations play out season after season, but now that Robyn actually has Kody exclusively, she's absolutely miserable. She doesn't want this prize she supposedly fought so hard to win. She wants her sister wives back, wants the plural family structure back, wants everything to return to how it used to be. Industry insiders claim Robyn's emotional breakdown during filming caught even the production crew off guard. They expected her to celebrate being the last wife standing, to show some satisfaction that she outlasted the others. Instead, they captured a woman in crisis, questioning every choice that led her to this moment. The tears weren't just about moving houses or packing boxes. They were about losing her entire identity and purpose. Reports suggest Robyn has been confiding in close friends about feeling trapped. She can't leave Kody without looking like a hypocrite after defending him for years. She can't admit publicly that monogamy isn't working without validating everything the other wives said about their relationship. She's stuck in this performance of being the devoted only wife while internally screaming that this isn't what she signed up for. Word on the street suggests Kody remains completely clueless about the depth of Robyn's struggle. He thinks their problems are just temporary stress from moving and adjusting. He genuinely believes once they settle into the new house, once the dust clears, everything will magically improve. But Robyn knows better. There's a reason Kody and Robyn were so desperate to leave their previous Flagstaff home, and it's far darker than just wanting a fresh start. That $1.8 million house they sold in November 2024 held memories so painful that staying there became absolutely unbearable. Every room echoed with the ghosts of Kody's failed marriages. Every corner reminded them of relationships that crumbled to dust, and worst of all, those walls witnessed the moment Kody learned about his son Garrison's devastating suicide. Sources close to the family reveal that Robyn couldn't walk through certain parts of that house without breaking down. The living room where Kody's other wives used to gather. The kitchen where family meals once brought everyone together. The front door where Christine, Janelle, and Meri walked out of his life forever. Every single space carried emotional landmines that made healing impossible. Insiders claim Robyn pushed hard for the move, insisting they needed to escape the toxic energy saturating that property. But nothing compared to the trauma of Garrison's death in March 2024. That house became the place where Kody received the phone call that shattered his world. At 25 years old, Garrison took his own life, and the news reached Kody while he was in that Flagstaff home with Robyn. Palace insiders whisper that neither of them could ever feel comfortable there again after that moment. The grief, the guilt, the unimaginable loss of a child all became embedded in the foundation of that property. Reports suggest Kody struggled with intense guilt about his fractured relationship with Garrison before his death. The estrangement between father and son was well documented on the show. And now Kody has to live with the reality that reconciliation will never happen. That previous house represented all his failures as a father, as a husband, as the patriarch who couldn't hold his family together. Moving to a new mansion worth $2.1 million became his desperate attempt to outrun those demons. Robyn's children also felt the weight of that house's dark history. They watched their mother become the villain in America's eyes. They witnessed their father's other marriages collapse in real time. They experienced the aftermath of Garrison's tragic death rippling through the entire family. Living in that space meant constantly reliving trauma with no escape, no breathing room, no chance to heal properly. The buzz in royal circles is that selling for $1.8 million barely covered the emotional cost of staying there. Another day. Friends of the family claim Kody became almost superstitious about that property, believing it was cursed or tainted by all the heartbreak that unfolded within its walls. He convinced himself that moving to a brand new mansion would somehow reset their lives and give them a chance at happiness. But here's the brutal truth nobody wants to acknowledge: you can change your address, upgrade your square footage, and buy a more expensive house, but you can't outrun your problems. Just when you thought the sister wives drama couldn't get any more explosive, Kody Brown dropped a confession that left fans absolutely speechless. The 53-year-old, now happily remarried to David Woolley in a monogamous relationship, admitted on camera that she wanted to physically slap Janelle Brown during a conversation about their children. Yes, the woman who was once Janelle's best friend and closest sister-wife ally actually fantasized about getting violent during their discussion. The moment happened when Janelle casually mentioned having all the grandkids living with her in North Carolina. Those words hit Kody like a knife to the heart. In her confessional interview, Kody revealed exactly what ran through her mind in that instant. You need to shut up right now. The anger, the hurt, the feeling of betrayal all bubbled up so intensely that Kody had to physically restrain herself from lashing out. This wasn't some minor irritation or passing frustration. This was genuine rage, barely kept under control. Sources close to Kody reveal the pain runs incredibly deep. Multiple Brown family children, including her own son Paydon, who's 27 years old, have relocated to North Carolina specifically to be near Janelle. Kody feels abandoned, rejected, and completely blindsided by her children's choices. During her tearful conversation with husband David, she confessed the devastating truth that's been eating her alive. They're picking Janelle instead. Those 4 words carried the weight of years of insecurity and comparison finally crashing down on her. Industry insiders suggest this revelation exposes the toxic undercurrent that existed in the Brown family for decades. While Kody and Janelle presented themselves as the united front against Robyn's favoritism, behind the scenes their friendship was apparently built on shakier ground than anyone realized. The cracks were always there, hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the right pressure to make everything explode. Reports are surfacing that Kody feels completely blindsided by how quickly her relationship with Janelle deteriorated. They were supposed to be the success story, the 2 sister wives who escaped Kody together and maintained their bond. They built a business together selling Plexus supplements, raised their children as one blended family, and supported each other through the darkest moments of their plural marriage. But now, they haven't talked in a while, according to Kody's own admission. The timing of these confessions couldn't be more telling. Kody has moved on to a new life in Utah with David, embracing monogamy and leaving her plural marriage identity completely behind. Meanwhile, Janelle stayed in Flagstaff initially and then relocated to North Carolina, becoming the emotional anchor for many of the Brown children who are still processing Garrison's suicide. The geographical and emotional distance between them has transformed former best friends into near strangers who can barely have a conversation without Kody wanting to resort to violence. Palace insiders whisper that the real issue isn't just about grandchildren or living arrangements. It's about Kody feeling like she lost everything when she left Kody, while Janelle somehow gained the family's loyalty and love. The friendship between Kody and Janelle was supposed to be unbreakable. For over 2 decades, these women presented themselves as the heart of the Brown family, the 2 sister wives who genuinely loved each other beyond their shared connection to Kody. They raised 18 children together, built businesses side by side, and swore they'd remain friends forever, even after leaving their plural marriage. But behind that carefully crafted image, their relationship was crumbling in ways nobody saw coming. Kody's confession that they haven't talked in a while sent shockwaves through the sister wives fandom. These weren't casual acquaintances who drifted apart. These were women who once considered themselves closer than biological sisters, who trusted each other with their deepest secrets, who survived decades of sharing a husband by leaning on their friendship. Now they can't even pick up the phone and have a basic conversation without tension exploding between them. Sources close photos to both women reveal the silence between them has been building for months. After Christine remarried David Woolley and fully embraced her new monogamous life, she expected Janelle to celebrate with her, to visit regularly, to maintain the tight bond they always claimed to have. Instead, Janelle focused her energy on her children, especially those still grieving Garrison's death. The priorities shifted and Christine felt left behind in the shuffle, but the professional betrayal might hurt even worse than the personal distance. Christine dropped another bombshell when she revealed they're separating their shared Plexus supplement business. For years, this multi-level marketing venture was their joint project, their financial partnership, their way of maintaining connection after leaving Kody. Now even that's being divided up and split apart. Industry insiders claim the business separation has been messy, complicated, and filled with tension over who gets which customers and downlines. Reports suggest the root of their falling out goes deeper than anyone wants to admit on camera. Christine feels like Janelle never fully supported her relationship with David, never embraced her new happiness the way a true best friend should. Meanwhile, Janelle reportedly feels abandoned by Christine, who moved to Utah and started a whole new life, while Janelle remains stuck dealing with the emotional wreckage of the Brown family's collapse. The grandchildren situation added gasoline to an already raging fire when Christine's own son, Paydon, chose to move across the country to be near Janelle instead of staying close to his mother. It confirmed Christine's worst fears. She wasn't the favorite parent. She wasn't the emotional anchor. She was the one getting left behind while everyone else gravitated toward Janelle's supposedly superior nurturing and support. Word on the street suggests their friendship is beyond repair at this point. Too many harsh words have been spoken, too many feelings have been hurt, too much distance has grown between them both literally and emotionally. The women who once swore nothing could break their bond now can't even share a civil conversation about their grandchildren without Christine fantasizing about violence. But that wasn't the only devastating family dynamic shift happening behind the scenes. Christine's heartbreak reached new depths when her 27-year-old son Paydon made the life-altering decision to pack up his entire existence and move cross-country to North Carolina. The move happened in October 2025, and the reason behind it cuts straight to the core of the Brown family's ongoing tragedy. Paydon relocated specifically to be closer to Janelle, his former sister mom, following the devastating suicide of Garrison Brown in March 2024. Sources close to the family reveal that Garrison wasn't just Paydon's half-brother through their shared father, Kody. These two young men were genuinely best friends, brothers who chose each other beyond biology and plural marriage complications. When Garrison took his own life at just 25 years old, Paydon's world shattered into pieces. The grief became so overwhelming that staying in his current location felt impossible. He needed to be near Janelle, Garrison's mother, the woman who understood his pain on the deepest possible level. But for Christine, watching her son make this choice felt like the ultimate rejection. She's his biological mother, she's the one who raised him, sacrificed for him, and loved him through everything. Yet when Paydon needed comfort and support during the worst crisis of his life, he chose Janelle's presence over hers. Industry insiders claim Christine tried to hide her hurt initially, tried to be supportive and understanding about Paydon's needs. But privately, the pain ate her alive. Reports suggest Christine's conversation with her husband David about this situation revealed just how deeply wounded she truly felt. Through tears, she admitted the devastating reality that her children are picking Janelle instead of her. That confession wasn't just about Paydon, it was about a pattern she's been noticing across multiple children. A pattern that makes her question her worth as a mother and whether she failed somehow in ways Janelle succeeded. Palace insiders whisper that Christine feels like she's being punished for choosing happiness with David. She escaped Kody, found real love, built a new life, and somehow that made her the bad guy in her children's eyes. Meanwhile, Janelle stayed closer to the family drama, remained more accessible to the kids processing their trauma, and became the emotional safe haven everyone gravitates toward. The unfairness of it all has Christine spiraling into self-doubt and resentment. The timing of Paydon's move made everything exponentially more painful. Just as Christine was settling into her new marriage, enjoying her fresh start, and finally feeling peace after decades of plural marriage chaos, her son's departure reminded her that leaving Kody came with costs she's still paying. She can't escape the Brown family dynamics just by moving to Utah and changing her last name. The connections, the complications, and the heartbreak follow her everywhere. Word on the street suggests Christine has tried reaching out to Paydon multiple times since his move, attempting to rebuild their relationship and understand his perspective. But the distance between them isn't just geographical. It's emotional, complicated by grief, loyalty conflicts, and family dynamics too messy to untangle easily. And speaking of complicated family dynamics and fresh starts, while the rest of the Brown family drowns in drama and heartbreak, 54-year-old Meri Brown is trying to navigate an entirely different kind of chaos: dating apps. Yes, after finalizing her spiritual divorce from Kody in January 2023, Meri decided to jump headfirst into the modern world of online dating. And let me tell you, it's not going well. The October 19th episode gave viewers a front row seat to Meri's awkward, hilarious, and sometimes cringeworthy attempts at finding love in the digital age. Sitting with her friend Jen Sullivan, Meri swiped through profile after profile with increasing frustration. At one point, she looked at a potential match and declared that dating apps are stupid. The irritation in her voice was absolutely palpable. This wasn't someone casually browsing for fun. This was a woman genuinely trying to find connection and coming up empty-handed over and over again. When she compared one unfortunate guy to a cartoon character villain, viewers couldn't help but laugh at her brutal honesty. Sources close to Meri reveal she's been struggling with the whole dating app experience far more than she shows on camera. After spending decades in a plural marriage where romance and courtship followed completely different rules, she's now expected to distill her entire personality into a few photos and a witty bio. The whole process feels foreign, shallow, and frankly depressing to a woman who married young and never experienced the traditional dating scene most people navigate in their 20s. But Meri did share her wish list for the perfect partner, and her standards are refreshingly specific. She wants someone kind, outgoing, and super confident with who he is. No insecure men need apply. And then came the physical preference that had everyone talking. She'd love to find somebody who's tall, like 6 feet or taller would be awesome. After years with Kody, who isn't exactly towering, Meri apparently wants a man who can literally look down at her. Industry insiders suggest Meri's dating struggles go beyond just finding the right profile. She's carrying massive emotional baggage from her relationship with Kody, including the infamous catfishing scandal that humiliated her publicly years ago. That experience left deep scars about trust, vulnerability, and putting herself out there romantically. Now she's supposed to open her heart to complete strangers on an app where people lie about their height, their jobs, and their relationship intentions constantly. Reports are surfacing that Jen has become Meri's unofficial dating coach, helping her navigate age gap discussions, compatibility questions, and the unwritten rules of modern romance. The two women have spent hours analyzing profiles, debating whether certain red flags matter, and trying to figure out what Meri actually wants in a partner beyond the surface-level requirements. Palace insiders whisper that Meri's real fear isn't about finding someone tall or kind. It's about trusting again. It's about believing she deserves genuine love after Kody made her feel worthless for years. It's about opening herself up to potential heartbreak when she's barely recovered from the last devastating relationship. But while Meri searches for her 6-foot prince, another Brown family member already found love in a completely unexpected place. While chaos consumed the adult Brown family members, 23-year-old Aurora Brown quietly built something beautiful that nobody saw coming. Kody and Robyn's daughter introduced her boyfriend Brody Utley to the family during season 20, and the relationship has been blossoming in ways that stand in stark contrast to the romantic disasters surrounding them. These two young people started dating in September 2024, and by September 7th, 2025, they were celebrating their 1-year anniversary with genuine joy and devotion. Brody isn't some random guy Aurora met at a party or through dating apps. He's a 23-year-old United States Army veteran from Flagstaff, who Aurora connected with at United Hope Church. Sources close to the couple reveal their relationship is built on shared faith, mutual respect, and genuine compatibility. In a family where marriages imploded spectacularly and romance became a battlefield, Aurora somehow found a partner who celebrates her publicly and treats her with authentic love. The public declarations Brody makes about Aurora on social media have fans melting. He posted about their anniversary with words that felt refreshingly sincere. "One trip around the sun with my darlin', I love you, honey. Thank you for supporting me and being the woman you are." Industry insiders claim Brody's genuine affection for Aurora stands in sharp contrast to how Kody treats Robyn these days. This young man knows how to romance his girlfriend without resorting to pheromone commentary or bizarre public tests of commitment. Reports suggest Aurora and Brody share a love of outdoor activities, hiking through Arizona's stunning landscapes, and staying deeply involved in their church community. They're building a foundation based on shared values and interests rather than the complicated dynamics that plagued their parents' relationships. Palace insiders whisper that watching Aurora's healthy relationship unfold has been bittersweet for Robyn, who sees her daughter experiencing the kind of straightforward monogamous love she never wanted for herself. The timing of Aurora going public with this relationship is particularly interesting. As her parents struggle with intimacy issues and her father's other marriages crumbled completely, Aurora stepped forward with proof that the Brown children can break toxic patterns and build something healthier. Sources close to the family claim Aurora has been incredibly intentional about keeping her relationship drama-free and separate from the reality show chaos, as much as possible. Word on the street suggests Kody has mixed feelings about Aurora's romance with Brody. On one hand, he's happy his daughter found someone who treats her well and shares her faith. On the other hand, watching a young couple navigate monogamous love successfully probably stings when his own monogamous marriage with Robyn is falling apart. Industry insiders claim Kody has tried giving Brody relationship advice, which apparently involves uncomfortable conversations about maintaining attraction and keeping the spark alive. But while Aurora builds her future with Brody and the family processes various romantic developments, the biggest financial and emotional shift was still waiting in the wings. The property that symbolized the Brown family's dreams and failures for years was finally about to change hands. After years of bitter arguments, broken promises, and shattered dreams, the Brown family's Coyote Pass property finally sold in April 2025. The Arizona land that was supposed to represent their united future, their grand plural marriage compound where all the wives would live in harmony, sold for $1.5 million. The profit? A solid $680,000 that would be split according to ownership stakes. Kody and Robyn owned 50% of the property, while Meri and Janelle each held 25% stakes. For Janelle, that sale represented something far more valuable than money. It was freedom. It was the final financial tie binding her to Kody being severed completely. Sources close to Janelle reveal she practically celebrated when the deal closed, joking that it was nice to say, "See you later. I never have to see you again. Goodbye." The relief in her voice wasn't just about getting her share of the profits. It was about closing a chapter of her life that brought more pain than joy. But Janelle didn't stop at just financial separation. During the season 20 premiere, she dropped a confession that sent shockwaves through the fan base. She's pursuing a spiritual divorce from Kody, following in Meri's footsteps, and officially ending their religious union. Janelle admitted she had thought about spiritual divorce for a long time, but didn't even realize it was an option until Meri got one. The moment Janelle saw Meri's path to freedom, she immediately thought, "Oh hey, who do I call?" Industry insiders claim Meri has been instrumental in helping Janelle navigate the spiritual divorce process. Despite whatever tensions might exist elsewhere in the family, Meri stepped up to connect Janelle with the right contacts and guide her through the religious separation. Palace insiders whisper that Meri feels genuine satisfaction helping another sister wife escape Kody's control and reclaim her autonomy after years of feeling trapped. Reports suggest Kody is furious about losing both the property and Janelle's spiritual commitment in one devastating blow. He built his entire identity around being a plural marriage patriarch, and now he's down to one wife who doesn't even want monogamy. The Coyote Pass sale symbolizes everything he lost. The land sits empty, never developed into the compound he envisioned, just like his family structure collapsed before his dreams could materialize. The $680,000 profit means Janelle and Meri can both truly move forward financially independent from Kody. No more shared investments, no more complicated property disputes, no more reasons to maintain contact beyond their children. Word on the street suggests both women are using their portions of the profit to build completely separate lives far away from the Brown family chaos. So here's the million-dollar question everyone's asking now. With Coyote Pass sold, with Janelle pursuing her spiritual divorce, with Christine completely moved on, and with Robyn miserable in monogamy, what's left of the Brown family empire? Can Kody and Robyn survive their bizarre relationship tests and intimacy struggles? Or is this plural marriage experiment finally dead and buried for good? Drop your thoughts below, like, subscribe, and stay tuned because the next video is waiting, and you won't believe what's coming next.